Welcome to the Lone Wolf Paranormal. My name is Mike Fallen Angel, and today we have two special guests from SADS, which means San Antonio Dead Seekers. So I'm gonna go ahead and let them introduce themselves.
My name's Junior. I'm the lead investigator.
I'm Janie, founder of SADS.
And today they're gonna come out and share how their experience on how they form SADS and kind of give a little brief explanation of who they are. They're gonna be part of my podcast in the future, and they're gonna be coming around a lot. So I just kind of want to give the listeners a brief introduction to them. So I'm gonna go ahead and let Junior take it away.
All right, thank you, Mike. Um, so we are San Antonio Dead Seekers. I'm the lead investigator. I take care of leading the investigations and stuff. Um, we started back in 2014, then we took a small break, a couple years, and now we're back. Um, we're doing it big, trying to get out there and do investigations and help people.
And how many people you guys currently have in your group right now?
We have 7.
We have about eight
Eight.
people in our group right now.
Yeah, we have. I'll give the names. We have John, Jeanette, Nigel, Xavier, Rocky, me, Andrea, Janie.
So let's see.
That's 8.
Oh,
And-
Cindy.
Oh, and Cindy. Yeah,
So we
9,
have
sorry.
9. She's
we
gonna
have
kill
9.
us for that, by the way.
Yeah, so we have 9 members. We all have full-time jobs, and we do this paranormal investigating on the weekend. So, do you want to say anything on how it started?
Pretty much, it's in the family. It's in the blood. You already know how that goes. My dad's always told us ghost stories from growing up, and one day we're chilling at my house, which is haunted. Like we see shadows and
Yeah.
hear noises in there, and we're like, it was me, Junior, my brother, his wife, and other members of my family were like, let's do an investigation. So my sister, one of my sisters, Liza, she contacted her friends, which had all the paranormal gadgets. So they brought their SLS, they brought their cameras, and EVP recorders, whatever. They went in there and we caught some stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And from then on, we were like, okay, this is kind of cool. So we would often, like in family gatherings, it's always about talking about ghosts. That's what we do in family gatherings. We always end up talking about ghosts.
So this would kind of inspire y'all to make San Antonio Dead Seekers, right?
Yes.
That's what
And
inspired
this was
us.
back in 2014.
2014.
2013. Before that even crossed our mind about starting a group. I mean, even back as far as I can remember, it was always her house being a hot spot. Every time people
Yeah,
come
definitely.
over, it was sit down and eat and tell
Ghost
ghost
stories.
stories.
Yeah, and it's always
all
been
night.
like that. And that's what I kind of like about Texas. I
Mhm.
think Texas is kind of like the place where a lot of people don't kind of give us credit. They're always doing ghost ventures like up north, like I
Yeah.
guess like in Chicago, Vermont, all that, East Coast.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Some maybe in the West Coast, but I think Texas has a lot of history.
A lot of history.
And I
Yeah.
think
It goes
we
way back.
this is why I kind of want to like promote, like because we have the Alamo, right? We got the Marine Hotel, we got the bridge where the kids supposedly passed away. We got there's so many, we got
There's a
Lot
bunch
of
of
stuff.
stuff in San Antonio. We're actually going to go out tonight and do a little filming for a YouTube video about haunted places here in San Antonio, Texas. We're going to start on the grounds of the Alamo and probably do a little investigating over there outside the Alamo. We can't. I've contacted the Alamo myself.
Mhm.
Unfortunately, they
they're real strict about it.
they don't want to ruin their
I
reputation.
know the Marine Hotel too. They don't allow it.
Yeah.
I know in the past, which I tried, they if you stay there, from what I'm hearing from some people that work there, they're saying that they allow it as long as you're a guest. Like
Yeah,
if
as
you
long
pay,
as you pay.
yeah, you're paid.
Yeah.
They don't care as long as you're not getting too crazy.
Right.
Right.
So yeah, we're gonna do that tonight. But to touch back on what you were saying, so we always told ghost stories, and then they came in, conducted an investigation. We got a lot of evidence, and then things started happening to that group. It was a husband and wife, right? It was
Yeah.
a husband and wife, and they started going through things. So it's like they got an attachment or something.
Yeah.
They divorced or separated and just got sick and just all types of stuff. Um, Following that, we started doing more investigations at our house, trying to catch more things. After a couple months, then it started going from family to family.
Go to each other's homes.
Yeah, so the thing, whatever was in y'all in that house,
Mhm.
kind of like was messing with.
It
We've
jumped.
been
Just
told
junking,
by a
junking.
medium that it travels from house to house.
Oh, okay,
She
so
said it's a red eye demon. They could they could travel.
yeah,
Hmm.
I'm not. I don't know too much about the demonology. Um,
Same here.
so I believe her. You know, if she said it's a red eye demon, they could travel.
yeah,
I've
Which
seen
he
it.
has been seen by somebody at the residence,
I-
like back in
yeah. From what I
2005.
hear, like it's always been where like from cause reading on stuff, because I plan to get more into that, like demonology, so because I want to know, at least some history. We know about something we can kind of explain to the clients, like, hey, well, this is what we think it is.
Yeah.
Exactly.
But I know it's always been like that, where like they always attack, like they try to find the weakest person. And me personally, I've been in a position. I've been, and I once in a while I'll get those attacks, and it's but I feel like the biggest one I had was a long time ago, but we'll get to that later. But it's changed my life, but it not in a bad way, more like in a spiritual and more in a strong way, like seeing life differently.
Yes.
And but I know they if, like, for instance, an example is like if your marriage is like, let's say your wife is having depression, and you're I guess you're just constantly working, and maybe she's just or has her own inner demons. They attack the people,
Right.
to get to that person. They're gonna attack you. You guys start arguing, and then eventually you're gonna get involved, and then pretty soon it spreads out. It's almost like cancer. Like it's just like boom, 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 and just
Yeah, I
Grows
believe
like a
that.
wildfire.
and yeah, and I know, like, y'all going out there doing it, investigating, people don't realize that you're putting yourselves at risk, and it's not for their entertainment. It's just, you guys are looking for answers, and
Exactly.
and sometimes I feel, as a former investigator, I think like we don't get credit for that. It's
Right.
not, and I know TV, they put it out there. It's like, oh, it's fun, and but in reality, when you but outside the cameras,
You could
you
get attachments.
yeah, you get
You could
people get hurt.
attachments.
Things could happen.
Big time. Yeah. So all that happened. So we took a break, a 5-year break. Everybody got their things in order. Patched everything up with families and relationships and everything. And thank God nothing major
Yeah.
happened. We were able to patch it up and everybody stayed together. So then we all got back together one night and we're like, let's do an investigation at the house. Let's start it back up. So we went out there and everybody came over to our house and did an investigation and just took
What
off
was
from
that?
there.
My brother and my sister were like, how they made up SADS. Do you remember?
They were talking about
Which is they're co-founders as well.
Yeah.
yeah, they were talking about what to name it and just different things, and somebody said quesads or quesads or something.
Yeah,
like
cause
that.
SADS.
Because they couldn't think, they were saying like how sad,
it's
like
sad,
how sad,
When somebody passes away, of course everybody gets sad.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
So my brother's like San Antonio Death Seekers, and then they all started, bringing out names, and then all of a sudden one of them says San Antonio Dead Seekers. So from then it just stayed, and
it just stuck, and we rolled with it.
a chat got created.
Yeah. John created the page, and John is our tech manager, equipment manager. Big shout out to him. Him and his wife.
He created the F&B box,
yeah,
which
he
is the
created
spirit
that.
Yeah, you
box.
guys got some good tech, man.
The
And,
SLS camera he
Yeah.
created.
He created the SLS. He didn't create the technology or whatnot, but he put it
For
together
us.
Yeah.
out of scraps that he had in his garage. The Connect and all that stuff. He put it all together. The FMB, he had all the things for it, put it together. Like he's real good with
yeah.
putting things together. Other than that, is there anything else you want to know?
Yeah, just for listeners to know that we're gonna have I think we talked about it next month. I'll be done with school, so I'm gonna devise. It's kind of like a speaker does that, and we're gonna have like a big like I want to meet your whole group,
Yeah, the
you know,
whole
and
Nice.
we're gonna have like this big like podcast thing going on, and y'all,
Right.
everyone can kind of introduce themselves and share maybe one experience each, and then talk
Yeah.
about how interview the so everybody knows, and then we can maybe if you want to, you guys can I can share some pictures, like post it up on your,
That'd be cool.
Absolutely.
and then
We
you
have-
can introduce all of y'all, and you can see your face, and
EVPs.
yeah,
we
share
have-
EVPs.
We have tons of EVPs.
Yeah, if you can
pictures.
throw a lot of content. I'll share it on my YouTube, and and of course we're gonna link it to y'all.
Everybody will
And
share.
but yeah, that's kind of want to do, man. I want to really want to get more a lot of content and share it with the viewers and listeners. Because I mean, I know after a while you listening this is cool, but I in the future I want to kind of get like videos,
Yeah, people want
video
to
interviews,
see-
kind of like we're here, and but I want to buy me a camera, and then we're gonna do live interviews.
Yeah.
Have the group together.
They would
we're all
love
gonna,
that. Yeah.
so people knows who know who faces. It won't just be just the voice.
Voices, yeah.
Yeah, but
that's cool, man. We're totally on board with it, 100%. Like I told you before, you're more than welcome. We've worked together before, me and you.
yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
So, you're more than welcome to join us on any case. I'll give you the heads up if you could make
Yeah,
it.
if you give me a schedule, like and because like Saturdays are like, I don't know, I'm trying to change my availability on Saturdays to like morning, so I can go out, and I think they'll be cool with it. But yeah, I'll definitely want to go once in a while, get some content, stories, like I want to share stories on the podcast, like either I narrated, like my daughter's gonna be narrating too, and that girl that her name's Elisa.
Yeah.
Shout out to her, she did a great job on the last podcast.
Yeah,
She's gonna be like my narrator, and
Okay.
I'm kind of like I'm gonna write it out, and and then we're gonna like share what I saw, and then and of course mention like say I was with the seekers, and then we're gonna share the experiences and how I felt, and
Yeah.
think maybe little things that you didn't you felt I'm feeling it, and because everyone has different reactions
Exactly.
in the house. I know
Different
once in a while I
senses.
get visions. I would get like when we went to that house, I was telling you about that ghost where we saw the apparition. Moment I walked in there, I had like this deja vu kind of moment where like I don't know, it pointed to me.
Yeah.
Like I saw the house, and I stood there and I looked, and the way the layout of the back room was, I already saw it before I even went in it, and I was like, what's right there? And it's I get those kind of moments,
You get the visions.
Yeah, that's how I know like my house here I know it's haunted, and I know my mom's here because she leaves the scent of her perfume, and then the little girl, like I tell you, I get these little headaches, but I always see a vision of this little girl like in that room.
Yeah.
So yeah, so everyone has a gift,
That's right.
and that's cool, that y'all got to share, get to share that with me, and and then I'm honored for
Absolutely.
to go out with y'all, and
Yorktown is where I want to go do, so maybe you could join us for Yorktown.
Yorktown
How do you feel about
Memorial
that?
Hospital.
oh wow, where's that Yorktown, and how far is that from here?
It's about an hour and a half.
Oh, yeah, definitely,
It's not
yeah.
too far, but it's
I mean,
scary.
We'll get it. We'll get it
So-
coordinated. You
Yeah, if you can
with
give me
us,
a days,
whatever.
I'll definitely I
Yeah.
can as long as I request 2 weeks in advance, and then I'll just I can drive up there, and and I can have my friend that girl that did podcast. She likes to go, so I can take her with
Yeah,
me because I don't like driving
There's
alone,
no
so-
light there, okay, so it's
Yeah.
completely darkness.
Yeah, it's an old memorial.
it's
It's an
pretty
old
awesome.
hospital.
That's
The
awesome.
church is the main focus, which is a lot of activity where they say it's
I mean, there's
mostly demonic there.
there's a
Oh,
ton
wow.
of YouTube
Yeah.
videos on Yorktown.
Yeah, and see, and that's where I want to
It's
go.
crazy.
I want to focus and go to the big stuff. We
Yeah.
have our nice little things here, but I want to go to the real
Exactly.
stuff. And start.
That's my
we done
goal.
investigation houses, yeah, but we want to go to where the big investigations are at.
We
Where
have,
people have gone.
Coming up pretty soon, we have we got invited by Laredo Paranormal Research Society to an event they're gonna host down in Laredo. And what was it called?
Mercy Hospital, you ever
Mercy
heard of that?
Oh, wow.
Hospital.
So,
Right now it's abandoned, I believe.
it's abandoned. It's been abandoned for
It's been
years.
abandoned for years, but there's, from what we understand from Laredo Paranormal Research Society, it's filled with activity.
Yeah.
So
I was born there.
Yeah,
she was born
oh,
there.
that's cool. Yeah, see, that's why I want to go because like, when we went to the jailhouse, when I got there, there was a lot of activity as far as me and Elisa. We went up to the second floor, and I got a few VPs off my phone, like this little recorder, and we actually got like a recording where like the guy that was the jails. How you see the jails, there was a bench where I was sitting, so like I see this dark figure, and this is in broad daylight,
Yeah.
and like once it passed, it kind of went to like in front of my phone camera, and it kind of blurred it out,
Oh wow.
Oh,
like
wow.
if it went like, And I know it wasn't my phone because I know the old phones. You know, remember like when if you move, it would lag out because trying to catch up, right?
Yeah.
Now these phones you can move and it moves with you, right?
Exactly.
So it moved, and then like before we started shooting, like I asked it, "Are you here?" And you could hear like this banging, like bam, bam, bam. And I said again, "Is that you?" And he hears pa pa. We go upstairs, and we heard the same thing, but this time we heard like a loud voice, like if like an inmate was trying to yell like from down to the bottom, you know. Like I'm like anybody here, and all you hear is like over here, or like something like that, and then like pa, 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 like that. But I didn't have a chance to upload it yet. But yeah, that's we caught some.
And
This is when it was
where
quiet.
again?
This is where we went to
the Hallettsville.
the Hallettsville.
You should hear what happened to him as soon as you're done with that.
Yeah,
story.
go ahead, sure. Yeah, go ahead.
So we were investigating on the lower floor. I guess they call it the basement or the back cells. You know, there was like 3 cells on this side and then 3 cells up. Where I was sitting by myself and y'all came in. We were back there, so John had the SLS. Jeanette had the energy ball. Cindy had the camera, or vice versa. We all had equipment. So I'm sitting at the little table they have inside the cell, and I'm straddling the seat. You know, my legs are crossed like this, and we're asking questions, we're investigating, and they're like, "Oh, there's a figure on you that they're seeing through the SLS," and they're like, "It's on top of your head. It's like dancing. You know, it's making motions and moving about." I was like, "Are you sure it's not me?" And they're like, "No, we see you plus the figure, so there's something there." And then I was asking questions, and then it got like a weird silence for just a moment. And in that moment, I felt somebody tug on my shoes at the bottom, like where my legs were crossed. I wasn't moving; I was sitting there, and it felt like they like pulled on my shoestring or something, or like they were pulling at my laces, and I clearly remember feeling that, and I'm like, what the? I thought it was like a bug or a spider or something, you know, crawling on me. I looked, there's nothing under there. That's the one and only time I've been touched. That's the only time I've been touched.
But supposedly, I heard from my mother-in-law, her daughter told her that that's what inmates like to do is take other inmates' shoes away.
Yeah.
So
it kind of makes sense. Kind of put 2 and 2 together. But, what got me into the paranormal? I'm gonna go that direction real quick. When I was younger, it was me, my sister, my brother-in-law, and their child coming back from Floresville, Texas. We're on 181 in South Presa. There's a corner store, 2 corner stores, and a church kind of in that area. So it's late at night. We're coming back from visiting family, and we're driving down South Presa, getting close to the trailer park there, and everybody's asleep except for me and my brother-in-law. Of course, my brother-in-law is driving. I'm just looking out the window, and I see this little girl, maybe about 12, 13 years old, kind of like in an old-time nighttime dress or gown.
What color?
It was just like an off-white, just kind of looked weird. And she's just walking with her head down, super slow, you know, just kind of moping down the street, you know.
Yeah.
And it's late at night, you know, it's a kid, my brother-in-law. He's like, "Did you see that?" I was like, "Yeah, man, that was a little girl walking right there." So he stopped the car, he whipped it around, we drove back, gone. Couldn't find her.
Wow.
We drove up to the store, he went inside the store, came back out, went to the other store. You know, that store was closed. One store was open, the other one was closed. He drove down the neighborhood, he went around the church,
Didn't see
he
nothing.
went everywhere.
He took me by there one time. It's not like nothing but fields on that side.
She was gone, and he was like, "Are you sure you just saw that?" I'm like, "Yes, I'm positive." He's like, "I saw it too." We
So
went
you
back
both,
home.
you both got.
And he couldn't fathom what he saw. I couldn't fathom, and I was just interested from day one because I'm like, what was that? Like, how could we both see a full body apparition? Like, I mean, it looked so real. And he turned around in a split second. He saw it, he hit the brakes, turned around, It was late at night. Nobody's on the road, so he
Yeah.
just busted a U-turn, went back, not even 10, 20 feet, and she was gone.
Yeah, especially to a
That's
little girl. You know,
crazy.
like see a little girl,
Man,
you're like, what's a
especially
little girl
late
doing
at
now?
night
Yeah,
like
late at
that.
night. Like you think she's lost or
What
something.
That
time
was-
would you say that was?
It was maybe around midnight, 1 o'clock,
Man.
somewhere around there.
So she,
Wow,
yeah,
that's-
I was
definitely.
I was like
Spooky.
12 or 13 years old at the time. It was just, it was amazing. So that piqued my interest. I know you have plenty of stories.
I seen La Llorona. You heard of her, right?
Yeah, I've heard. Yeah, I've heard. Actually heard her. Well, I saw her.
Mhm.
But we didn't see like her figure. We just saw like this big bird, and
Mm-hmm.
and it's crazy because like I didn't even know it was at the house. Like our house I used to live when I used to be married. It was off on like the Credus area around
Yeah.
there, and my friend, I just saw we were outside. My friend would come over a lot to my house. We play video games, right? And we stayed late. It was like summers. We used to work together. And I remember one night he was blocked to go smoke, and I remember he went out there. And my daughter at that time was like she was 4 or 5, and she was already asleep. But I remember he was out there just like throwing rocks and cussing at it like in Spanish.
Are you talking about Lechuza?
Yeah, yeah, there you go,
Okay,
Lechuzas. Okay,
Lechuzas.
Lechuzas, yeah.
Yeah.
So like he's throwing rocks up there, and I'm here like, what are you doing? Like you know,
Wow.
and I didn't like freak out. I was just like, what are you doing, dude? Like throwing rocks. I'm like, you're gonna hit the neighbor's car.
Mm-hmm.
And the neighbor's big, and it's like we had a big front yard, and like and it was real dark because like there was not really street lights. So and we had a big old tree, and that's where it was. And he's like, look, and I'm here like all cool, like what? And just his big bird. And I'm like tripping out,
Huge.
like, what's that? He's like, oh, and I go, is that a vulture? He's like, no, it's a it's a lechuza or whatever, right?
Yeah.
And then
Oh my
he's
God.
and he's cussing because you got to cuss, and he threw it, and that thing flew
It flew away.
like right that, and I just see it fly to the other tree, and we went after it, like we kind of chased it, and he was throwing rocks at it, and it was gone.
He has.
You know, normally if you throw like a rock where all these birds are gonna,
He's
Yeah, they're
crazy
gonna
for
this
doing
thing
that.
just left, like it left, it was gone.
I've heard stories
And
like
that week, like I knew it was there because that house that it went to, the houses, there was a lot of negativity. Guy was an ex-convict. Well, and him and his wife got into it the next day, and he
Oh my
almost like
goodness.
killed her.
Oh,
Like the
wow.
cops, everything showed up. We
Wow.
went out. I don't know. Maybe it was like telling us like something's gonna happen.
Something's gonna
Yeah.
happen.
That's kind of the message I got from it. And then like the cops were like, we went out to eat, me and my wife and my kids. We went out and we come back and we just see all these cops. Like they just like it looked like a raid, but really
Wow.
they took this guy in handcuffs, and
Oh my
and the girl was like bloody, like he was about to, like beating her up. Like I guess he was
Yeah.
gonna kill her or something. And yeah, it was a big thing, and it left me it left me at least at that time my ex-wife was, she's just like, nah, whatever, it left me thinking like, wow, like
What did I just see?
what did I just
Was
see? Like
it-
wow, that now it was a message,
Well, I
and
heard that they're sent from other witches
yeah,
to
from what
go
I hear,
do
yeah,
harm,
they're like like it could be like the grandmom, it could be
to
like
go send a curse to whoever they're
or
after.
like the ex-boyfriend, or
Yeah.
just it's always somewhere connected, family
Mhm.
related, boyfriend related, relationship related. Yeah, but yeah, that was kind of when I first saw it. And I see stories about it when I was growing up, but this is me being an adult already. This is like when I was
You
like,
actually saw it.
yeah, this is when I was like in my, like 32.
Yeah.
It was a couple years ago. I'm like, wow, like,
I really saw that. Like,
yeah, I really saw that, and I was scared. I'm not gonna
Yeah.
lie, I was scared like for like
and
a
then for
week.
your friend to be throwing at rocks, that's crazy.
Yeah, and see, but my friend sees that a lot. Like his mom and grandma, I think his grandma at that time, he's telling me that his grandma used to do that stuff. So
Okay.
like to them it
Now
was
it makes
like,
sense.
yeah,
It's
to them
normal.
it was normal.
Normal.
Like he
to
would see stuff like that and it wouldn't bother him.
Yeah.
He knew how to get rid of it. Like so, but for me it was like, wow, what the heck was that? and I couldn't see like the features of it. It was just this dark shadow.
Right.
And just like when it took off, it like
You felt
Yeah,
the wind,
like
right?
and it took off, and I was like,
That's
wow.
what I heard. My cousins would tell me too, like when we'd go visit. We saw
In
this.
Floresville, or-
Yeah, in Florida. We saw this. We saw, and they described exactly what you just described. Like when it took off, you just hear the loud flapping of the wings and just
Yep, and
a
it disappears.
shadow.
It
and
just
gone.
It's gone. Like it went to this little tree, and if you throw rocks at it, like if you throw rocks at a bird, which is gonna scatter. This thing would it would have hit. It would like
Yeah.
and it just gone. My friend's poking a
Yeah.
stick at it, and it's done.
That's why I believe. I
So,
believe in,
yeah.
in all that. But she has numerous encounters.
I mean, La Llorona, that's, I mean, besides what I feel like when I was little, ever since I used to live down Petaluma, I don't know if you're familiar with Southside.
No,
Petaluma is
I may
like
have gone through there. I'm not
deep
really good at streets.
Southside, and I was probably like 8. I would see a black shadow, like a man, always just staring, When I would go outside in the middle middle of the day, I would go outside, look up to the roof, and there he is, just looking at us playing. We used to be hanging on the trees and stuff, just going up and down the trees, and then he would never say anything, just stared at us. And then also inside the house, I would look out, and there he's by the tree looking inside. So that's like my first thing I would see. Now I don't know if he was like a guardian angel or anything like that. I just know I used to see him growing up.
Yeah, and I used to see things too,
Mm-hmm.
and but like that's something that I'll talk in the future later future because like it's a long story.
Yeah.
And but yeah, I appreciate you guys coming out. Well, we're gonna have more future podcasts with y'all, and my I guess what I want to do is with y'all, maybe sit with y'all individually and have a podcast for your own, and you guys want to write your best experiences, like the one that changed your life, or
Okay.
and but I want to do that with all the members,
Yeah.
like everyone, and then we can it's kind of like introduction, and
Yeah.
then but the one we'll have in December is gonna be a big one. Like,
Yeah.
it's like group
Sounds
meeting
good.
kind of thing.
Yep.
So I can kind of introduce myself to them. They know who I am. And then like I said, we can, you know, do that.
John,
But yeah,
John knows who you are. You work
yeah.
with
John's awesome. Yeah, he's the one actually got with me, and he sent me the materials to build that machine
Nice.
that goes back. So yeah, I plan to do that. I've just been lazy. So like I've just been like, yeah, get to it. But I have so much stuff.
It's like a lot of stuff.
yeah. But there's some equipment I'm gonna buy too that I seen online that's really good. That Steve Huff kind of like promoted. So I'm trying to get some of that stuff,
Nice.
and we can go investigate. We can
Nice.
kind of use that, kind of experiment like what works good at that time.
Right.
But yeah, I appreciate you guys coming out, and
No problem.
you guys want to say to the listeners for
Thank you for taking the time out to listen. Thank you for subscribing and liking the podcast. It's going to be a great collaboration between San Antonio Dead Seekers and Lone Wolf here. We're going to do a lot of great things. We're going to have a lot of good things coming up. December, we're going to have another podcast with the whole San Antonio Dead Seekers, all 9 members. But from myself and her, we want to thank you for allowing us.
oh,
come
you're
out
welcome.
and
Yeah, like I want
talk.
I want to bring y'all guys out. I know you guys are still up and coming, and you guys do a great job. I've been with these people. We've done work together, and I can really see y'all guys taking off. You really, in the bottom of my heart, I see potential, and I kind of want y'all to get there.
Thank you.
And
Thank you.
and like whatever I can do,
Yeah.
we can.
Same here.
We want to
support
help you.
as
We
well.
want to help
Yeah,
you.
definitely. Yeah, we both can help each other out, and but it like I said, it's all fun. It's all I just want to make. I try to make Texas like a paranormal state.
Exactly.
kind of want
We
people
gotta
to
put
come
'em on
up.
the map.
Yeah, we got to be out there, and I just want to know people. I want just to let people know that this paranormal stuff is real,
It's real.
and it's we do get we as we go out there and investigate, we are putting ourselves on the line.
Yep.
It's just not for show. It's not for views. It's
Right.
actually
Or fame.
it's actually to be out there to show people that what you guys are thinking is real and you're not crazy.
You're not crazy.
Because I know back then, about a long time ago, in the day, people would assume you're on drugs, but
Yeah,
it's there, and
exactly.
I just want to provide the evidence with y'all's help to show people that you're not alone.
it's real. Yeah.
We're not alone, and it may give hope to people. Some people it answers questions and they feel at peace. Sometimes it may just answer the questions they want to be answered.
Exactly.
But
I do want to say, I'm sorry for
yeah,
interrupting
no
you.
worries.
Please subscribe to this podcast. Like the Facebook page, like our Facebook page. You can find us at San Antonio Dead Seekers. We also have a YouTube. We're going to be collaborating with the podcast here. We're going to have all the links and everything on our side, and I know Mike here will have links on his side. So again, thank you very much for listening, and
I do want to say we appreciate our followers as well, and
our seekers.
our seekers, and we love you guys.
We appreciate everything.
Well, thank you for coming out, and all the listeners. You already heard how to get in contact with them. Give shout outs to them and to their team. Also to Dominard for pushing me to do this podcast, and for all our listeners out there. So you guys have a great night, and always remember, you're never alone.